Greetings, fellow TIs. It's a nice sunny day. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. Some people are going to be celebrating their independence. I'm going to be celebrating my independence from the United States because I seek to walk closer to God. I seek to push away evil out of my life. I've spent 26 years being harassed and mobbed, and not one government agency has helped. I have audio recordings of the NSA, DHS, FBI headquarters slamming phones. I have done everything in my power to help myself. I've gone to government meetings, politicians, their offices. I've tried to speak to coordinators, people that run some of these different groups. Nothing's been done. So if you're a TI and you're noticing that you're suffering from aches in your joints, hair loss, your mustache may fall out, alopecia areata, you may get stress hives due to chronic stress, being harassed systematically, or perhaps you have chronic diarrhea. You're all the time going to the bathroom. That was the case for me in Texas. Typically 9 to 10 times a day. And this went on for years until 3 months ago. I live in Florida now, and I started drinking green tea, and I noticed that my anxiety decreased. I noticed that my sense of wellness decreased. It was unbearable to be harassed on a daily basis here in Florida, and I tried medications for anxiety. That didn't help. I tried having a margarita every 4 or 5 days at night before I went to bed. That didn't help. I tried the medical marijuana. That didn't help. So I just started praying one day for guidance, and I thought about green tea, and I've been using it since. I'm 5'10" and 158 pounds, and I've always weighed 168 pounds to 178 pounds. I've lost weight. I'm noticing lines develop on my stomach, like the six-pack lines. I have 2 on there right now. I feel better. I'm sleeping better. My heart is not racing. Many TIs will have their heart will flutter or race. They may have precordial pain. And I'm noticing that my sense of wellness is improving. So if you're a TI, get yourself a bag of green tea, preferably not in the bags, but loose leaf, and get yourself a pot. It has a good strainer in the middle. You can just pull it out and empty it out. And put you a handful in every day and drink 3 cups if you're going through any of these type of issues that I've mentioned. And have a cup in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 at night. And you're going to notice that your hair is going to start to regrow. If it's falling out, it may help to prevent it from falling out. Your diarrhea is going to be gone. Your chest pains are going to be reduced. Mine's has been reduced to 98%. I rarely get chest pains now. I was having them for years. My bones were hurting all the time. Now they're stronger. I just feel a lot better about life. I was living in a state where I wanted to live, but I didn't want to live in this country. I'm not suicidal. I'm not homicidal. I'm just someone which I wasn't happy with my surroundings, wasn't happy with my experiences, because I was being followed and manipulated and being harassed on a daily basis. And these people were doing this in a very clandestine manner, and they've been doing this now to me since my 20s to my 40s. Fortunately, I've been able to find some of these people and get a few answers. And I've never hurt these people, but I'm going to be frank. If I really wanted to mess them up, I can make a burrito out of some of these groups with no trace and some liquid bandage. But I don't hurt them, despite the fact I've been harassed for 26 years. If I had kids, I don't know how that would go. Because when you're dealing with people's families and you harass their families, it's worth dying for. And I'm sure any cop, any politician, any FBI agent would agree with me. Do you know what it is to go to FBI agents and police and to be told that we will not help you? And then to be told by the police to go out and get a gun? And that's what I had done. Because no one would help me. I went to state governor's offices, FEMA offices. I talked to every agency you can imagine. I wanted to let TIs know that you don't need to have a gun. If you're walking with Christ and you're seeking His face, get rid of your guns. Make a game plan to leave this country. Say, you know what? 3 years from now, I'm going to leave here. I don't care if I don't have the money. I'm going to leave it in God's hands. Just start searching and looking. There's online teaching jobs. There's people that have left their countries to come here and make it. You can go somewhere else and make it. Don't throw your life away in a country where your rights aren't respected. You're being spied upon like you're cattle. This is not living, fellow TIs. Where our government lies, they use false reports, they gang stalk people. I remember when I lived in Texas years ago, I can be with my family just walking to watch the Christmas Light Festival. And they would literally they'd park their car next to us, and they'd walk up to me and go, shh. They walk back to their car. You did this in schools. They harassed me, bought the same items as me. They would come in as a group. The Central Intelligence Agency is not a pro-American or pro-government organization. There's a lot of good people in there, but the Central Intelligence Agency is no different than ISIS. The NSA, if they work with the CIA, consider them trash. And the CIA is utilizing people in the Army. Now, the Army is a good department. But when you start utilizing people from the military for your operations, then what you're doing is you're concealing who you really are and putting it on them. And I don't like that. The CIA was utilizing radical feminists and women, transgender, ex-Marines, cops, Jewish people, to conceal who's doing this. I consider that to be cowardice, where you're going to put your activities on Israelis, radical feminists, transgender, Marines. I mean, come on now. Be a man. If you're going to treat me like you treated me where you exposed your tag at school. That way Americans can see what you're about. What these people did was freaking disgusting. And when you're a target and when you try to investigate and gain proof of these crimes, well, guess what they say? You're a terrorist. Just because you're simply trying to get information on tags to see who's behind this. If someone's harassing your family, what would you do? Wouldn't you try to get information so you can sue? You won't see me hiding or running from these people. When they confront me, I'm always honest. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to gain proof. I'm trying to get tags. They got people that do audits on a daily basis on government facilities. I don't do that. In my 26 years of being a target, I've only tried to get tags at 3 facilities. One is the FBI facility. In 2015, I went to their office and they refused to give me an investigation. And I was being systematically harassed and lost 6 computers in 7 weeks. So I went there to talk to them because I had video proof of a neighbor from Virginia moving in, breaking into my mailbox, and harassing me, driving her car on Tingley Beach in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on the sidewalk. Security told me this lady's crazy. So I'm assuming she's U.S. Army. And I was being harassed by eating food with family in Albuquerque in Texas by women with no tags on their car. I got videos, a bunch of videos. Some with men with black shades and thin black ties with British people in GS4. These people are sick. These people, I'm surprised the Lord and His holy angels haven't taken this garbage off the street, because what they're doing in our schools and communities is definitely terrorism based. And if the NSA deals with them, they're trash to me. I don't want to ever even talk to them, know who they are. If they support this, and the FBI supports this activity, fellow TIs. You know, people that are bad, that are terrorism threats, they're not making videos with their cell phone location on. You know why they use encrypted phase 1 and phase 2? It's not so much to prevent crime, I believe, but it's also so that way if they want to do something corrupt, they can get away with it. So the system, now they're using phase 1 and phase 2 radios. And I've been able to find out and gain proof that there's been federal agencies flagging people for targeting. It's a business, fellow TIs. It's about promoting problems, flagging people down. So if you're a target, I encourage you guys, drink green tea. Go out there, get some vitamin D from the sun. Strengthen your body, strengthen your mind. Because what these people are doing in our schools, you won't believe it. How many times they harassed me, threatened my life in the public, terrorized me while eating food with family and shopping. These are times you would expect to be able to live in peace. And they don't even let you do that. They harass you in parking lots. It's like, what's this guy's name? Gavin Young? What he did was disgusting. But he was definitely gang stalked. He was definitely being harassed. I don't know why. I don't know this guy that well. I was never really friends with him, but I heard about him in TI groups and what he went through. And I can say this, from what I've gathered and what I have evidence on, police are complicit in these activities. At times, certain members of Parks and Recreations, Public Works, select members are being utilized discreetly. Postal clerks sometimes. A lot of elderly people for over 20 years. I've been able to find out some of their locations and lodges. I don't harass these people. I can make a burrito out of them and they can be eradicated. I've been living in the South most of my life, and I have connections out here with things that come on tripods. I'm talking about if I really want to be an asshole, God forgive me. If I really want to be a pain in the butt, I can. I can really be a pain in the butt. But in my 26 years of being a target, I've chosen to stay on this path and not to go backwards, but to move forward and to not harm people because it's unethical. So my only goal is to leave America, to live in peace, get the garbage out of my life. You want to promote terrorism in our schools and in communities and get neighbors involved and families and kids? I can't respect you. I have no respect for the CIA. I have no respect for any base or facility which provides material support to terrorism threats. Especially consider what the CIA did when I was a child in the early 80s. They were actually spraying the Tampa highway with a biological agent, and people died. We will never know the true numbers, but people died. So they committed mass murder and got away with it. They killed people. And they utilized a white utility truck with another pipe above the muffler. And when they would drive, they would hope the mist would go into the vehicle and people would breathe that, and they would check tags and run medical backgrounds to see what happened to them. They killed like 14 people. I believe it was a lot more. And it's nothing new. The CIA has been committing mass murder, terrorism for a long time. Hopefully the government will put them on the border of Ukraine. Whew. I'll be like, praise the Lord, because people that support terrorism, human trafficking, and then utilize DHS as a resource, to me, are scum. So that's pretty much all I want to share. Green tea is changing my life. Getting sun, praying, meditating, seeking God's face, getting closer to the Lord. Don't let these demons destroy you. Don't give up. Keep fighting. If you have the money, leave the country. There are TIs which have left the country, and did you know that once they leave, yeah, they may experience some targeting, but you know that how many times that government has complained about them? 0 times. So that says a lot. That who is the problem? Our government or the targeted individuals asking for help?